I spent 1 month traveling over the island of Bali with my favorite Steinhart, the Ocean GMT Premium, and here is what the experience was like. When choosing a watch, not only for traveling, I mostly gravitate to my Steinhart if I'm not sure what to expect. It is just an incredibly reliable watch in the sense that it is so well adapted to any activity you throw at it. So on this trip I only took my Steinhart and my G-Shock just in case. So while it might not look like it, it took me all in all over 30 hours to get to Bali. Nevertheless, the watch was quite comfortable even in these uncomfortable situations. We spent most of our time in the north, well away from all the tourists, which means driving over the volcanoes in the middle of the island. And this is, in my opinion, one of the most beautiful parts of the island, as it's very foresty. You see temples all around and you have so much to see everywhere you look. From there we visited other parts of the island, so I will of course be sharing some beautiful shots of the Steinhart in Bali and also tell you a little bit about my trip along the way. First things first, here's a tip for when you travel to a tropical or warmer, humid country. Remember to bring tools for bracelet adjustments or make sure you aren't on your last micro adjustment. Due to the heat and humidity, you swell up quite quickly and your watches that are normally fitting very well might become too tight. So during my travels I encountered many different activities and different situations, from snorkeling in the ocean to relaxing on the beach over tours through the forest of Bali. And the Steinhart does everything without breaking a sweat, which is not something I can say for myself. Its 500m water resistance gives you peace of mind, as you don't have to worry that the humidity or salt water get anywhere near the movement. There is something so cool about the fact that you can be sitting at a beach bar of a nice hotel with your beautiful sports watch and then just be able to go for a swim in the ocean or jump into the pool and not having to worry about your watch. It is such a nice experience being able to take your watch anywhere, strapped to your wrist, no matter what. By the way, what do you think of this particular Steinhart watch, and what do you think about the fact that Steinhart has discontinued it and replaced it with, again, a one-to-one homage of the Rolex Batman? Let us know in the comments below. We always love to discuss these things with you guys down there. Of course, this is Bella, the hornbill bird that lives at the hotel. We of course went to a waterfall, which is almost mandatory when you go to Bali, but here I brought my G-Shock for the way, as I didn't know how much rock climbing this trip involved. And even though the Steinhart can definitely take a few hits, why scratch it up if you got your G-Shock? This watch never stands out in the wrong way, neither in the jungle nor in a beach club of a nice hotel. But even though this watch is 500m water resistant and rugged as hell, this is also a beautiful watch. I really like the contrast between the matte grain dial with the shiny ceramic bezel. I really love the culture and the religion down there. Loved all the temples and all the ornaments on all the very detailed sculptures on the temples or even the temple walls. And I think it's just a very rich and colorful religion. And this is the kind of versatility and sportiness that make this watch just an absolute pleasure to wear. Inside, the things don't look too shabby either. The power reserve is quite nice on this watch. It never ran out on me except when I didn't wear it for like 2 days or so. The accuracy is very good. My particular watch doesn't lose more than 5 seconds a day, except if I lay it on the side overnight. Other than that, the movement is very reliable, and complication wise the GMT function is obviously very practical in these situations for keeping an eye on your home time. We also went to a botanical garden, or more like a botanical park, and saw these giant bamboos, which is by far the biggest bamboos I've ever seen. I keep having the same great experience with this watch. It is just a beautiful watch that you can bring on any adventure and what more could you want? And then we also went to the west, very close to Java, where you can see the volcanoes of Java immediately across the ocean. And there in the west is the national park, and we did a guided tour where we saw Bali starlings, which were very, very endangered. And we saw black monkeys, which are quite rare, and it's always fun to see. And we also found at the end of a horrendous road, which we crossed with our scooter, we found this beautiful beach where you can see onto the island with white sand, which is quite unusual for Bali. We have said this many times before in the many videos by now that we have made about this watch, but we think even though Steinhart is known for homage watches, in quotes, I think they really nailed the concept with this one. It has a beautiful color combination from the famous Rolex Batman, but other than that it is pretty much completely different. The last day in the north we spent watching the sunrise early in the morning, which was absolutely breathtaking, and then we spent a few days in the south, which was by far not as nice, as it's full of tourists and you almost don't have the spirit of Bali anymore. I love the originality paired with the great value for money Steinhart offers, and that makes it not only perfect for traveling, but also makes it the perfect daily watch. And I hope I can keep this watch for a very long time, especially now that they aren't producing it anymore. I hope you enjoyed this video with the beautiful shots of the Steinhart Ocean GMT 500m in the beautiful landscapes of Bali. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Only around 5% of you viewers are subscribed, so doing so really helps us out, and it's free and you can unsubscribe whenever you want. Thank you guys so much for watching, and see you in the next one. Ciao.